got it listed on Facebook Marketplace. Some guy texted me. I have it listed for $175. I just did the chain brake delete video previously on mowers and blowers.
Same exact one?
Yeah. Chainsaw. It unengaged all the works too. I mean, look. Always leaks out. The guy gave me. When I used my rest filling up, this is barely on there. Where the bar and chain piece here, look. Mold and it coincide a metal, so there's like, not surprised because the tension is so cheap on mowers. Been sitting around for a couple of days. Let's see if we sell this baby. Okay, let's see if we get at least $100 for it. You guys saw what happened. Spanish guy comes out. I'm not saying nothing about Spanish people because half of my clientele are Spanish people. But usually with the Spanish people, they come out, they go, how much? I'm like, bro, you know how much it is. Don't play that game with me, man. It says $175 in the listing. I start it up, blah, 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 it works just fine. I give it to him, he plays with it, blah, 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 he's doing all that stuff. And then he goes, I don't know. It looks bigger on the pictures. I'm like, you just gotta read the description, right? 16-inch chainsaw. How much bigger does a 16-inch chainsaw be, right? You know, he's trying to play the game, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, don't come over here telling me that you're going to offer me $25 for a $175 chainsaw. Just don't tell me that, because you're wasting your time, and most importantly, you're wasting my time. The Jets are playing in London right now in the third quarter, and you're taking me away from that game. So I'm like, don't offer me $25. Don't. Otherwise, I'll shoot you. I didn't say that, but I was thinking that. Anyway, so he goes, $100. And I'm like, fuck. So I did that look of like complete dismay and disgust. So I pick up the chainsaw, put it back in my truck like I'm gonna leave, right? And he goes, okay, $125. And then I'm like, listen, man, this is not a Ryobi or a Hyper Tough or some cheap brand. This is a Husqvarna. It's from Sweden, you know? And he's like, yeah, I know, I have it. I have one. So you know what a Husqvarna is. You're just trying to lowball me, right? $140, I say. And then he goes, $130. I was pushing the envelope because I would have sold it for $100. $130. Squeezed another $10 out of this guy, or another $5 out of the guy. Whatever. Anyway, got it sold. Just got it from Mike from Motherload 33. deleted the brake handle, did a little minor adjustment on the air fuel mixture, and that's it. Got rid of it. 130 bucks in my pocket. That's the important part. But that's what you got to deal with, you know, yahoos. Nuts. That's why I call them nuts, because really all of them are just nuts. Well, I might as well get rid of this thing over here, taking up a lot of room in the garage. As you know, this is the same exact one that I just recently fixed from Motherlode 39. Friend Mike gave me 3 mowers and a bunch of other stuff. This is the second mower. It's identical to the one that I just fixed, but this one has a little bit more problems. So first off, this is just a simple 6.5 Briggs Quantum with the primer bulb type engine. The mower does not have a bagger, even though I tried 20 different baggers that I had. It doesn't work. I need to replace one of these things to keep the handle solid. Brake cable seems to work. One of the issues is this top plastic cover. It's all cosmetic, of course. I actually have an exact cover like this. However, it's good here, but it's busted here. So this is actually less obvious. And this is also missing a muffler bolt, just like the other one. Weird. I gotta get this out of my garage, taking up a lot of room. Has a little dark oil up to the, almost up to the fill line. And it's bone dry, which is good. Wheels are not as good as the other one, although there's still tread on them. It's okay. So it should be an easy fix. Let's put some gas in it first and just see if it turns over without any other issues with the carburetor and all. But first, I'm gonna put this to bed. As you know, recently this belongs to my friend Alan's friend, and he ran this without oil in the gas. It's a 2-stroke. So what happens usually is you run it with regular gas, has no lubrication for the piston and rings and the bore. Your piston's gonna look like this.
Wow, let's get a closer look at that. All right, there it is. That is what happens when you run your machine with no oil in it.
And the only way you're gonna fix this is to buy a new piston or the bore kit. Runs about 25, 30 bucks for the piston alone and rings, and it's about $55 for the aftermarket cheapo brand of piston ring bore kit. And it's quite a lot of labor to disassemble this and replace all that. A lot of steps too. So the labor, it's not even worth my time. I don't want to do it, you know. But I did fill this up with ATF, and it's been sitting here for about 4 days soaking. So I want to try to figure out maybe if the piston's not scored badly and it's just the rings that are compressed inside, maybe the ATF, which is a detergent, freed up the rings, maybe. So this is hydrolock right now with ATF. I'm gonna remove the spark plug, pull the recoil starter slowly, and have this all the ATF dribble out. It's gonna be messy and stuff, but then we're going to try to start it. Okay, it's going to be messy, but whether I put it on its side or whatever, it's still going to go in there. So I'm just going to pull it up slowly like this. Ooh. Not as much as I thought. Got to really extract it. Pulls easier. It's no spark plug either. Alright, so it's really messy and disgusting. Put the spark plug back in, prime it, see if we start it up. Nice brand new spark plug too. Look how tiny it is. So it should start up for a second or so. It's gonna act just like two-stroke oil. When I pour two-stroke oil in it just to coat the top so that the rings build the compression, it should be like that. Or not. I think maybe spark plug is now filled with that ATF because it's just filled with it, so it's not getting any spark because of that. Okay, I just dried the spark plug. Give it another try. Little bit, just not enough compression. That's it. So yeah, the rings and the piston is scored badly. So unless the guy wants to fix it, I didn't even want to do the job. If you pour two-stroke oil back in here, it would run for the period of time that the oil is in there, maybe a second or two, and then it'll stop. So this needs a new piston, rings, and possibly bore. That's about 55, 60 bucks for the cheap aftermarket Amazon or eBay special, and a shitload of labor to put it in. So that would probably cost, I don't know, with the labor, $150, $200. I mean, this thing is like $3.99, right? But I don't know. I don't want to do the job. You know what I mean? It's not worth my time. But so I'll just give this back to Alan, and this backpack blower is done-ski! Let's go to this one. We're just gonna put some gas in here. It's more than enough just for testing. I think this primer thing will work, because these things usually the primer doesn't work. And this button feels like it's super like soft, like it's paper thin, you know, like a balloon. But I feel like it's blowing air into the carburetor bowl. Think it'll start? I think it might start. Maybe not. Well, at least it's not leaking. I'm gonna take that air cleaner cover off. Cover off, 5/16. That's a decent cleaner, actually. Just gonna check and see if it primes. No, it does not prime. However, when I do prime it, I feel bubbles in the bowl, but I don't see anything shooting up, which means the carburetor is probably dirty. Blow some brake clean through here. See if it starts now. Okay, it works, but as you heard, something's up with the muffler because it's missing a bolt. Put the bolt back in there, but it looks like the carburetor needs to be cleaned for sure. So we'll just take this off. It's a recessed nut, 1/2 inch socket. All right, got a 1/2 inch socket. Just drop the bowl, take a gander. It's really bad. I don't know, you guys think it's really bad? Because it's not even going up the emulsion, see? I do see fuel coming out though, you know what? I gotta plug that up. Stop. All right. Yeah, I can tell that's dirty because it's even hard to turn the nut. Well, there's the nut. Gasket looks 1/2 and 1/2. And the hole is completely blocked. See that? There's no hole. The green part, there's supposed to be a hole there. No hole. That's why it didn't start. Take the bowl off. Yuck. I'm gonna pour some of this liquid out. It's like gray. Look at all that sand. It's gray. Look at that. That's a lot. Grosky. This is why carburetors won't work. Disgusting, huh? So I'm gonna clean this out, put the bowl back, blow out the carburetor with some brake clean, put it back together, and show it ought to start. Okay, as you saw, I cleaned the carburetor, cleaned the bowl nut. I had to change the fuel line because when I unclamped the vice grip, it was really squishy, like it was collapsed. You know, there were uneven parts when you squeeze it, right? There's like a bubble there, and that's a sign that basically it's been saturated over the years. And right over here, it's very spongy, like Play-Doh inside. Soft in one place, hard on another, you know, so this is completely collapsed. That's what happens when the rubber is saturated by the fuel over years and years without being changed. So you could barely blow air through here. Anyway, so I changed it, put everything back, and it now primes really well. Here, let me just show you. Okay, see the emulsion? Ready? I'm just gonna push it once. Look how much fluid comes out. That's a good primer. It's very rare. Also, I found a muffler bolt. It was missing the connecting tabs, the washer, if you will, where you bang it so that it doesn't back out again. But I put a washer there, tightened it pretty well. It ought to work. That's ugly. And the carburetor does not leak. So let's give her a try. Got guys think it'll start? I think I'm starting now. Dum dum dum. It's weird. Just prime well. Huh. Why doesn't it stay running? Oh God, why can't it just be easy? Okay, I put the carburetor back, cleaned it again 2 times, put it back. Every time it primes just fine because that's the original gasket to the base. As you guys know, these primer bulb quantum engine type engines, if the air filter base is slightly warped and that air channel doesn't create a good vacuum, even if you double up the gaskets like some people say to use, the gaskets, if you're buying aftermarket, they're so hard and stiff, not pliable and rubbery like the original OEM Briggs gaskets. It's not really going to work. Adhesive, tape, even a slight coating of silicone. I've tried it all. Doubling them up, tripling them up, still doesn't really work reliably. Only the original OEM gaskets work well. And so I tried it again and it didn't work. It primes fine because it has the original gasket. But there was something wrong with this carburetor. So I cleaned it again. I took off the float and the seat looked fine. The needle, the channel where the needle goes into the seat, that was really corroded, so the float wasn't smoothly going up and down. So I thought that maybe it wasn't getting gas, because when you fill up the bowl with the gas, it goes up, but it kind of gets caught, you know what I mean? Like it's not, the needle is not going exactly into the hole. It's kind of like sideways, sort of. You gotta have the needle go right there in the middle of the hole.
That's what she said.
I know, there's something like that. And also the seat seems like it's too low. I could bang it in some more, but I don't think that's it. It's just swollen, you know what I mean? So it doesn't, you have to actually use quite a bit of power to push this back up again for it to completely seat. So there was something wrong with the circuits here, and there was just so much corrosion in the primer holes and stuff like that. I thought there was something wrong with the needle and seat and the float and all that stuff. So I went to the back. I got 2 more of these original Smith & Wesson, Briggs & Stratton Quantum primer bulb type carburetors. I had like 5 of them back there. I also had to steal a bowl nut gasket from another one. So I got one in there. It primes. I had to peel off the old original OEM gasket and put it on this one, because only that one works. Primes now, and just a carburetor. Swapped it with another one, works great. I'm gonna fix this handle now. Over the years, this wing nut bolt for the handles gets all rusty, so it's hard to tighten, especially if you use it a lot. And then when you try to over tighten it, you break the plastic. You just rip off the plastic. Yes, 2 points. And tighten this up. However, this looks like it's backwards. How does this stuff happen? Why did he put the nut backwards? Doesn't make any sense. And this is not the first time I've seen it too. Well, you know what? Maybe it's because it's like that from the factory. You know, that's how they put it inside the black plastic thing. Now this has a washer. Nice, now it's tight. Now we got this one. This is just a like a linchpin. Now, how's that supposed to hold it steady? Honestly, people. I could use this for something. Found this carriage bolt, proper threads. Hope it's not too thick. Technically you should put a washer there, but this is like a $50 mower. I'll try to sell this for $100. No bag. Kind of looks janky. But you know what? Engine sounds good. And it works. It's a beater. Everybody needs a beater. It'll start no matter what. Use it, abuse it, and then when you're done with it, throw it away. And guys like us will pick it up, right? Fix it again, sell it for another $100. Vicious cycle. Perfect. Now our handle's fixed, mower's fixed. All right, this thing's fixed. Other than this thing bent upwards. There we go. Fixed. Cleaned the carburetor 3 times. Figured out I needed to replace the carburetor altogether with another one. The circuits were all clogged, so just swap it out. I have lots of them. Changed the fuel line, added some gas. Fixed the handles. This you really can't do anything for because I don't have a replacement cover and I'm not going to go buy one. Like I said, I'll probably sell this for, I'll list it for 125, take as low as 80. Primer bulb kind, no bag, but fires up and runs pretty well. Got it from Motherload 39, thanks to Mike over at First Responders Lawn Care. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick fix. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to bring you small engine content like this one. If you guys have any comments, please leave it down below. Share your experiences with all the other subscribers on this exact kind of mower. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.